Thank you. Tonight, a St. Johns County retired Navy Master Chief and federal employee is in jail, facing dozens of new child pornography charges.
On your side, Julia Janae is joining us live from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. And Julia, police say that they found thousands of pictures and videos on a flash drive in his home.
Matthew Washkewicz was charged with video voyeurism after police say he was filming a young girl who was using the bathroom in his home. Today, 26 counts of child pornography possession were found, or added rather, to his charge sheet. All this found in a home just a few houses away from a park. Deputies went into Matthew Washkewicz's home by force on Tuesday. Police were responding to a report by a 12-year-old girl who said Washkewicz suggested she change clothes in his master bathroom. She noticed a hidden cell phone recording her while she undressed. Once inside, police say they found the suspect's home office in disarray, with papers thrown in the toilet and a flash drive underneath the desk. On that drive, the police report says 91,000 files were found. The majority were of child sexual abuse. No one at Washkewicz's home answered the door on Friday to respond to questions. The 56-year-old's military history includes a host of medals of good conduct and a 3-year stint at Mayport. A neighbor who lives in the area, Frank Bright, says he was at the nearby park on Tuesday.
See, it's unsettling to see police actions anywhere, but in a neighborhood like this, you don't see much.
He says he witnessed police surround Washkewicz's street, Battersea Drive, but never imagined this would be the accusation.
I got a granddaughter, 11 and 4, and it can't be like it was when I was growing up. You can give them some a little bit of latitude to go, and you got to kind of make sure they're right there with you.
Now, according to the St. Johns County jail records, Washkewicz remains in jail tonight. A judge set his bond at $150,000. A condition of that bond also is that he surrender his passport. We'll, of course, continue to follow this story and bring you the latest both on air and online. For now, reporting from St. Johns County, Julia Janae, First Coast News on your side.